All right, let's dive into something really special today. It's a short but incredibly powerful story about faith and struggle. It's called The Farmer's Faith and the Divine Harvest. Let's just start with a question that might hit close to home for a lot of us. Have you ever felt like you're just facing everything all alone? So, what happens if God seems silent today? Well, then you've really got to hear this story. Seriously, it gives such a powerful perspective on what it actually means to struggle, to keep the faith, and maybe, just maybe, to be getting ready for something much, much bigger. So, our story kicks off in a pretty tough spot. We're starting with what's called the farmer's cry. So, picture this. There's this poor farmer, and he's not lazy, not at all. This guy works so hard. He pours his heart and soul into his land. But no matter what he does, every single time, his crops are just ruined. And you can imagine, right? This constant failure, it brings him to his breaking point. One night, he just looks up to the sky and lets out this absolutely gut-wrenching question. It's a cry that's just filled with desperation. That feeling that, everyone else is getting blessings, but he's the one who's been completely forgotten. But right there, in that moment of total despair, something shifts. The whole story takes this huge turn, which brings us to the next part, the divine dream. That very same night, he gets an answer. But it's not at all what you'd expect. He has this dream, and in it, he has this direct encounter. He sees God, standing right there in his field, the same field that's been the source of all his pain. And what does the farmer do? He doesn't hold back. Not for a second. He just lets out all that pent-up anger and frustration. He's just so honest, so raw. He looks right at God and says, "You have ruined my life." Now, God's response here it's just fascinating. There's no big argument, no getting defensive. Instead, there's just a smile. And then this beautiful metaphor that completely changes how you see the farmer's suffering. Okay, so this metaphor, it's literally the heart of the whole story. So let's really unpack it. Let's figure out what it's trying to tell us about the real meaning of struggle. So here's the big idea. Plowing the field, it's not about destruction, right? It's really about all those hardships in life, the stuff that feels like it's tearing you apart. But the whole point isn't to destroy you. It's to prepare the ground for something brand new to grow. And this is where it gets really interesting. Think about it. From the farmer's point of view, his life is being absolutely ruined. But from God's perspective, he's being prepared. It's the exact same situation, but two totally different ways of looking at it. And God makes the purpose crystal clear. He says, look, I'm not punishing you. I am preparing you. This struggle, this hardship, it's forging a kind of strength you need to get to a place where honestly, the weak just can't go. So what's the takeaway for us? What are we supposed to do with this story? Well, the farmer's whole journey gives us a really powerful, practical lesson in patience. Really, the story is asking us to completely shift how we see things. Instead of seeing pain and thinking, oh, God has abandoned me, what if it's actually a sign that he's right there, working on something? What if the struggle itself is the proof that you're being prepared? So the farmer's journey kind of gives us this 3-step guide for getting through our own tough times. Step 1, accept the pain. Don't pretend it's not there. Step 2, try to reframe it. See it as preparation. And then step 3, use that new way of thinking to hold on, to maintain your faith that a better future is coming. And it all comes down to this really comforting final thought. Have patience. It's about having faith that even when things are delayed, there's a reason, there's a purpose. And that leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about, doesn't it? What fields in your life are being plowed right now? And just what kind of amazing harvest might you be getting ready for?